Hey everyone, welcome to our Coach Info webinar. We are so glad that you guys are all here with us today. You're going to get to hear from myself. My name is Katie Gorey, and from 3 other coaches tonight. And I'm super excited for you guys to get to hear a little bit more about coaching. Some of you are here because you have seen us doing what we do and you're like, what is this? Like, I need to know more about this. This looks fun. This looks like it could be my jam. I want to find out more. And then others of you, maybe we approached you and we're like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. You're already kind of doing what we do as coaches. You should hop in, check this thing out, see if it's a good fit for you. So a lot of times it's kind of one of the two, or maybe you're one of those that have been inside of our wellness community. You've seen results yourselves and you want to find out more about what we do as coaches because you are that person that loves Beachbody. You love Beachbody through and through. You love the programs, the products, the results that you've gotten. So a lot of times when people kind of come to coaching, it's for one of those reasons. So we're really glad that you're here. I wanted to go over a couple of things about coaching real quick, and then I'm going to pass the call over to Jess, and she's going to share a little bit of her story. But first, when it comes to coaching, you guys, I think a lot of times people are like, okay, well, what is this? What do you guys actually do? What does that look like? One of the very first things that we do as coaches is we really pour into ourselves. That's one of the biggest things. Like, you guys see us showing up every day. We're doing our workouts. We're drinking our Shakeology. We are making sure that we have our go-go juice and our post-workout, and we're doing the workouts and plugging into the community, hopping in our virtual gym. Like, that's us pouring back into ourselves physically, but we also do it mentally through the form of personal development, listening to podcasts, those types of things. So that's one of the biggest things that we do as coaches is you're still the focus. So when a lot of times coaches come to this and they're like, I don't know that I can do what you do. You actually are in an awesome position if you're not quite at your goal weight or, whatever those goals that you've set for yourself, because you're going to still be a work in progress as you go. And you get to share that journey with other people to inspire them. So one of the very first things that we do as coaches is really focus on our own journey and be what they call that product of the product. So that's one of the most important things. Another thing that we do is we invite other people to join us on this journey. And I've had so many customers come to me or people that are interested in coaching over the years and be like, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be that person. Like, it's icky. I'm not a salesperson. It feels icky. It feels wrong to me. It's not authentic. I think the biggest thing to remember when it comes to inviting people is that what we do really is loving and serving other people through a solution that we found for ourselves that has worked for us. So we are being that product of the product each and every day. So in turn, we're just sharing another thing that we love, you guys. It's like sharing your favorite hair care products or your favorite restaurants or your favorite place to go get your hair done or your nails done or get a massage. It is like just sharing, just like you would share anything else. Like, you have your favorite brand, right? Like, who loves Target? Who loves Starbucks? Like, Energize. Like, it's just, that's another thing that you share about. And I think that when you share that authentically among the other things going on in your life, it never feels inauthentic, because it would be like me inviting my best friend to go to my favorite restaurant, right? Like, you would invite your best friend to come join your community. So I think it's all about how you go about it. We definitely do not ever do the ick, you guys. Like, we are not for that at all. We don't train our coaches to do that. Like, it really is having real life conversations with real people about real life problems that need a solution. So that's one of the main things that we do. Another thing that we do as coaches is we recognize accomplishments. That's so important, because accomplishments are everything, big and small, whether it be a scale victory or a non-scale victory, or one of our coaches making moves in their business. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it feels really good to me when people shout me out and they're like, hey girl, I see you doing XYZ. That's amazing. So that's one of the biggest things that we do is we empower other women on our team to become the very best versions of themselves. We empower the women in our communities to take charge of their health and fitness and to truly change their lives from the inside out. So it's another one of the big things that we do. And we focus so much on genuine connections and just having relationships with people. If I could tell you guys one thing, it's that this is a relationship business. It really, truly is. At the end of the day, everything that we do surrounds us building relationships with people and having connections and conversations with people. So just know that we're going to walk you guys through all of that. We've been here, so we've made enough mistakes on our own that you don't have to make those same mistakes. We get to kind of shorten that learning curve for you and really lead you through a system that is totally duplicatable and easy enough that even coming into this with no experience, you can totally do this. So tonight, we're going to share a little bit about our stories, a little bit about our teams, what we love about coaching, and I'm going to hand it over to Jess. So take it away.
Thank you for that awesome start to the call, Katie. So hi guys, and I'm so happy you're all here tonight. What I've been doing on these coach calls is not having like anything in front of me. I usually in the past used to have everything like laid out. Like I don't want to lose sight of what I'm trying to talk about, but I find it's better to just be laid back and go with it and share my story. So if you guys don't know my story, first of all, I hope you can hear me. There will be some intermittent banging and stuff because Joey is remodeling our bathroom right now. So I hope you can hear me. This is real life over here. But I have been a coach now for 7 years, and it has completely changed my life, you guys. I was a gym goer and I dreaded it. I literally dragged my feet to the gym. I would fall asleep with bowls of cereal and wake up and have bagels loaded with cream cheese for breakfast. And I was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. My sister was a coach and she still is. And she's the one who brought me into Beachbody. She brought me on the Success Club trip of the year. I looked around, everybody on that trip was healthy and happy and smiling and friendly and in the best shape of their lives. And I was like, what is this? I want in on it. After that trip that she brought me on, I've now earned my last 7 trips myself as a coach, which has been so incredible. It's just one of the perks of coaching is those trips that you can earn. They're so fun. But basically I don't have a college education. I went straight to school for skincare out of high school. And while I love that, I was like, am I really going to be in the spa industry like the rest of my life? Like there has to be something more for me. And while I knew I had to focus on my own fitness and nutrition, my sister was like, well, why don't you just become a coach? At the same time, like you can get in the best shape of your life, do something different, but you can also earn income and start a business. And that's exactly what I did 7 years ago. It'll be 7 years in April, and it has completely flown by. But here I am today. I started as I was working at the spa full time and working my business. When I would get home from the spa, like 2 hours a night, I would invest in checking into my community, inviting people, making those connections, crafting my content. And I was working full time. Now I work at the spa just once a week, and I am full time, basically Beachbody coaching. And I do earn a full-time income from the comfort of my home. From anywhere I go, I can work this business from anywhere, which is honestly, you guys, like the biggest blessing. And first of all, income disclaimer, Team Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income or success. It is based upon your own effort, diligence, and skill. Have to put that in there. But the opportunity is there, you guys. And the biggest thing is the freedom, the flexibility. To me, like life is so short. And I think back to the days I used to have to request time off when I was at the spa to go visit and fly down and see my dad in North Carolina. Like I literally have to ask for permission to get time off to go see my family and do the things that I love. And that's really what I was after, was that freedom. And so I'm so incredibly grateful for that I can now work this business from anywhere. What I love most about coaching, I have to say, is the community. I've made some of my best friendships through coaching and the connections, and we really are a family. It's my team, and our community is like my second family. Those of you guys who are already on our team or in our community, you know how close we are, and we're there to support each other and cheer each other on. And I also think a lot of people lack that in their lives. They don't have that community, that they don't have that friendship or that support, and that's what we are as a community. The other thing that I love about coaching is it's how rewarding it is to be able to know that you lend a hand in helping somebody feel good in their skin on their journey. Helping them reach their goals is one of the most rewarding things. So and the accountability, that's the last thing I'll mention before I introduce you guys to Jessica, so that you can stop hearing the hammering in the background. So the accountability, it is the reason I show up for myself every day, is because I'm a coach. People ask me constantly, how do you stay so like dedicated and committed? I struggle with motivation. And when you are a coach, it's your job to lead by example. And a lot of us, we want that because we struggle. We're on again, we're off again, we aren't consistent on our journeys. So I always tell people when they come to me and they're like, well, I wouldn't be a good coach, I'm terrible with like my own routine, I instantly say, well, then you need to become a coach. Like the coaching will be the reason you start to show up for yourself day after day. Because as soon as you sign up, your very first person, whether it's your best friend, your sister, your mom, a coworker, you're no longer showing up for yourself, you're showing up for you and them. And that is the game changer within coaching, is that you help your first person and you're like, that's it, let's go. Like, it's not just about me, it's about them too. And you get that leadership role, and you know that they are looking to you for that guidance and for leading, they're looking to you for being the leading by example. So coaching has changed my life in so many ways, you guys. It brings me joy. I jump out of bed, honestly excited to get to work, to talk to more people, to make new connections, to just pour into our team and our community. And kind of going off of what Katie said, you start with yourself. You pour so much into yourself that it overflows and drowns everybody around you, is really what coaching is. You fill your own cup so much so that it overflows into the lives around you. So I'm really, really excited to introduce Jessica, who's on my team, and she started actually as a customer. She became a coach in September. And a little bit of a background on her: she first couple months she wasn't hitting Success Club and helping people right off the bat, but as she just continued to lead with herself and share her own story, her own journey, it really started to naturally happen for her. The past couple months she has now hit Success Club, so I think this will be her third month of hitting Success Club. She is now an Emerald coach, which means she's got 2 coaches on her team, which is super, super exciting. She's building her business and helping other people with the business opportunity. And I wanted her to speak tonight because she and I have talked a lot one-on-one, and she's like, it's just so natural for me to share this with people because I love it so much and I just want to tell everybody about it. So Jessica, I'm super excited to hear from you and have you share a little bit about your story and exactly how did you get started as a coach, if you want to start there, and if you had any hesitations when you first came in.
Okay. My name is Jessica Crutcher, and I can't remember how I got in contact with Jess, but I actually went back and looked, and it's been like 2015. So I don't know. I don't remember how that happened. But anyway, she's been, pursuing me and encouraging me since then and asking me, to join. And I really don't know what my reason was for not. It was mostly just, it was always like, well, I don't have the money or whatever. But I think mainly it was just, I just wasn't ready to make that commitment. So I joined back in April of last year. And I guess I was just at that point where I was ready, because I was always, self-conscious about my body, my stomach, I got several comments about like, are you pregnant, or, when are you due, that kind of thing. So I was self-conscious about that. And, I was tired all the time and just, no drive or motivation. So I joined in April, and, I've been going ever since. And now, I feel like it's just a routine, and it's something that I can't not do. And it's like I crave the exercise now. So, I've been doing it since April. And then Jess asked me, or she mentioned to me, coaching. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm not, like you were saying, Katie, I'm not the salesy person, and I don't want to, pressure people and that kind of thing. I have been in direct sales before, actually with Usborne Books and also Pampered Chef. I did Pampered Chef for a long time. But I've never been passionate about any of that. I've tried those things, but, for one, I'm not a cook, and I was trying to be a Pampered Chef consultant. And it was like, I felt like I was just playing a role, and I wasn't really, passionate about it. And so when I became a coach in October, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I think it's naturally easy to talk about, because you're enjoying it, you're seeing the results, and they're seeing the results. And the majority of the people that have signed up under me, I mean, they reached out to me because I would, post something on Facebook, and they would just be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Or, "How do I sign up?" or whatever. I mean, they would reach out to me, and it's just easy to talk about something that you love. So I guess that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I love it. So, okay, so now as far as how has it changed your life? How has coaching positively impacted your life? What would you say your most favorite thing about becoming a coach has been for you? And would you say that you are feeling more held accountable to your own journey since deciding to coach?
Oh yeah. Now that I have people counting on me, and they see that I've been working out and things like that, I'm not very tech savvy, so I'm still trying to learn all of the like the story and all that kind of stuff. But I ended up having so many people now, so I was like, it's hard to keep up with everybody. You're like, well, I need to reach out to her this week or whatever. So I created like a Facebook Messenger group. And so we talk daily, or, we just kind of talk to each other about what we're doing and that kind of thing. And it's just amazing how people just, it's contagious, I guess is what I'm saying. And like this morning, I was dreading getting up. I was tired, you have those days and you're just like, oh, but as I got up and did my workout, I pushed myself, got up, pushed play and did my workout. And I'm always glad when I do. But then I get on our group and 3 ladies had already gotten up and done their workout, and they were talking to each other, and they were just like, "Oh, we did it," and yada yada. And it was just, I just love that part of it, just having that group, together, and sharing the same goals and the same desires.
I love it. That's the community. All right. So my last question for you, so that we can go over to Shelby, is for somebody who might be listening in right now, who's not already a coach, but they're thinking about it, what do you have to say to them?
Well, I didn't tell y'all this, but I do work full time. I work, 36 hours a week as a medical assistant in a very busy medical clinic. So that was another thing. I didn't think I would have the time to do it. But you just, like I said, it just comes naturally, because when you start doing it and you enjoy it, you talk about it and you share, and people, they hear that, and it's just contagious. And so I would say just do it. I mean, it's so easy, because you're not really selling something, you're sharing something that is going to change their life too. So I just, I'm so glad I did.
Yay. I love it. I'm so glad you did too, Jessica. You are such an inspiration, and I'm so proud of all the lives you're changing. So thank you for sharing your story. And then
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So Shelby is up next, and I am so excited for you guys to hear from her. Shelby has been a coach for a while. She is a veteran coach on my team. She's a Star Diamond coach, which means she has a team of coaches underneath her. She's absolutely incredible. She has gone through so many different trials and tribulations while running her business. On top of graduating college, she has a little boy. She is pregnant right now. So she is like the epitome of being that busy mom, being that busy wife, being that busy human being, but still finding the time in the pockets of her day to really build a business and to use coaching as this vessel for change, for changing the lives of others, not just through our health and fitness community, but also through her team that she's built. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Shelby. I'm excited to hear from you, babe.
Hi, you guys. Thank you, Katie. So I actually started Beachbody it was May of 2017. I had a 1-year-old. Katie had been reaching out to me for something like a year or 2, and I kept telling her, no, I don't have the money to do this. Of course, I had absolutely no idea how much it costed, so that wasn't even really a valid excuse. But I just kept telling her, no, I don't have the time. I don't have the money. It was fear-based. But after about a year, I remember seeing an ad for Beachbody. Sorry, of course, my phone is dying. It's on the charger. I don't know why it's telling me it's dying. But I remember seeing an ad for Beachbody and it's saying that it was $160. And I was like, what? You've got to be kidding me. That's it? Like, I'm in. I want to do it. So I messaged Katie and I was like, hey, I want to do this. And so she signed me up. And I signed up as a discount coach at the time, with no intention of coaching. Like, that was not happening. And then after about a year, it was February 2018. So I've been a working coach right at 3 years now. After about a year, we had become friends and Katie was like, hey, you should coach. You would be great at it. And I'm the type of person, it's just my personality. I don't want to tell people no. I was not planning on it, but I told her, okay, why not? Not thinking anything would really come of it. And she announced me as a coach like that next day. And I went, oh, like, this is happening. Okay, let's do this. And I loved Beachbody. I loved everything about it. The community, I loved the workouts. I loved the supplements. I was Beachbody through and through. So I kind of just started sharing. The only thing that I wasn't doing was sharing my journey. So that's just how I started. I started sharing on Instagram and sharing on Facebook these workouts that I was doing. And it, like Jessica said, it came really naturally. It was something that I already really loved. It was something that I already really had a lot of belief in. And I just wanted to pay that forward. So I started talking to people. I started telling my friends how amazing this was and how much it had changed my life. And it wasn't something that I had really talked about with anyone. So I just started sharing the opportunity with them. We had no money at the time, absolutely none. So I had nothing to lose. We had just moved, made a big move with a not even 2-year-old. And I decided, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm going to fail forward. I'm going to make some money and I'm already doing all of this. So might as well share it with the people that I love. So I started small and I started bringing on my friends and I started bringing on my family. And I just really fell in love with the aspect that you are taking something that you love so much that has changed your life. I had lost weight, I had gained confidence, and I was sharing it with people that I cared about, that I wanted them to feel the same way that I was feeling. And that's a really, really powerful feeling when you can take something that's changed your life and give that to someone else and then watch it change their life. So everything in my life kind of changed. My mindset, my body, my marriage was doing better than it had ever been doing. Just lots of positive, really positive changes were happening in my life. And then you build off of that and you start sharing the coaching opportunity with other people, and those people become coaches with you and you become best friends. And it's just this really empowering feeling. And it's a community that can't be matched by anything else, because when we're all taking care of ourselves, and like Jess said, when we are filling our cups, it's pouring over into others. And it's you're being able to take this thing that is so fulfilling and help others fulfill their lives. And they have a new purpose. And I was a stay-at-home mom. I'm still a stay-at-home mom. And if you've ever been a stay-at-home mom, at some point you kind of go, okay, I'm a mom and that's about it. I wipe butts all day and I'm a doormat and I take care of everybody else. And that gets really taxing. So to be able to have a purpose and have something that's just yours and that nobody can take away from you is a really, really amazing feeling. So I think that's my very favorite part, is to be able to take something that has absolutely transformed my life and help other women to transform theirs as well.
Oh my goodness, going after that. That was
I
so
talked a lot, right?
I love it. I love it though. And I feel like it's so true. And you can feel your passion when you're speaking. So, I feel like from everyone that's here, you can just feel our hearts are so in coaching, because it really truly has changed all of our lives for the better. You know, we came to this all from places of need. There was something that we were missing, you know, and that's different for everyone, but you come to this place where you're needing and you're lacking, and then all of a sudden those needs are being fulfilled, and you just can't help but want to pay that forward. So my story goes back almost 6 years. I had a newborn who was 4 months old, and I had a barely 3-year-old. My husband works away all the time. If you know me, you know I'm here most of the time, single mom in it, because he works away a lot. And so it's been that way our entire relationship. So raising littles, you know, while doing all of that solo can be difficult. Add on top of that the fact that I was working a full-time corporate job in oil and gas, and I had a long commute to and from work. I worked long hours every day. Sometimes I had to bring work home with me. There wasn't a lot of freedom in it. And I was at a place where I was depressed and battling postpartum depression, anxiety. I was terrified to take my 2 kids out by myself in public. It was crippling. I was, you know, just struggling in a lot of ways, you know, personally within myself, which was also pouring over into my marriage because I was struggling so much with myself. So there was a lot of factors there that played into me ultimately coming to Beachbody and finally biting the bullet and saying, okay, I'm all in, let's do this. But when I came to it, I too joined for the discount. I had no intention of coaching. That wasn't even a thought in my mind. There was no way I could add anything else to my overflowing plate. So whenever it came to the business opportunity, it was presented multiple times to me, and I said no every time for a year. It just wasn't something that I could add to my plate. And I remember finally, you know, my coach mentioning to me, I had so many people coming to me because I lost 55 pounds over the course of that first year. I was in the best shape of my life. My life was starting to come together. I was regaining that control that I feel like I had lost when I started to lose myself in becoming a wife and a mom and, you know, working full time. I was giving to everyone else all day long, but I had nothing for myself. I'd really lost myself. And I remember at that point, I was 27 thinking to myself, like, is this it? I feel like a hamster on a wheel every day. Like it's like Groundhog Day. It's just on repeat. And I don't feel like I'm getting enough time with my kids. I'm definitely not getting enough time with my husband. Like, okay, so there's this business opportunity. What is this about? Like, what does it mean? Because I don't want to be a salesperson. So coming into it, I was like, okay, tell me more, but also very apprehensive of what it actually meant to be a coach. And the more I found out and the more I realized was it really was just truly sharing it with the people that you love and care about. And then ultimately, you know, having those conversations with other people too, and kind of letting go of the fear surrounding those conversations, because I think the stories we tell ourselves in our head all the time are like way worse than actually what they are. When you actually let go of that fear and take that action, because anytime you take action, it's like the fear just starts to dissipate. So took the leap of faith, became a coach, and immediately started seeing success with it because I had already been sharing my journey. So it was such a natural transition for me. And it was like the people that I loved trusted me and said, okay, I see what you've done. Like, tell me more, show me more. So helped my best friend. I helped her sister-in-law. I helped another friend of mine, and I became coach. It was like almost overnight. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Helped them get results, because that's one of the biggest things I feel like we do as coaches is we really, truly help the people that join us get results. It's not like people just join us and then it's like, okay, good luck. No, this is a relationship. This is like for life. Like Shelby said, once she joined, it was like for life. All right, let's link arms and like keep doing this. Let's keep paying this forward. Let's help more people, because there's so many people out there that need this. And when I realized that, it was like everything clicked for me. My corporate job that I was working for at Chevron at the time ended, and I ended up going to work for a small mom and pop company that was a terrible work situation. And I ended up super miserable, like crying going to work and crying coming home from work every day. And at this point in time, I'd been a coach for a year. And so I was like, all right, like coaching, I've seen the income, you know, I'm seeing some money coming in. This could be a legit like thing. So I started working more, and I was like, all right, now this is my goal here at this point is I want to leave my full-time job. Like I want more time with my babies, who I was dropping off at daycare every morning. first thing, as soon as the daycare opened, I was picking them up every evening right before the daycare closed. They were there all day long, basically being raised by someone else. I had like 2 hours in the evening with them. And I remember thinking to myself, like, this is not a life. Like, my husband's gone all the time, and then the daycare is raising them. Like, they're already not getting him because he's gone so much. Like, I don't want that for them. Like, I want something different. And so I just started hustling my business. And ultimately, after another year, it took me 2 years, I came home full time. So I've been working from home full time. And just as Jess said, like, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success or income. It really is based off of your level of effort and, your diligence and, being consistent in your business. So all of that's to say, came home. So I've seen both sides. I have worked full time and coached for 2 years. And then for the last little over 3 years, I have full time been home, working, coaching full time. So for the busy person that says, like, I don't know if I have enough time to do it, I can promise you, you do. I think one of the biggest things I had to learn in those busy seasons was you have to work in pockets of time. You have to know that it's okay to break things up that you need to do for your business into like a 15-minute chunk here, or a lunch break here, or a nap time break here, like whatever the case may be, whatever that looks like for you. This really can be done in about an hour a day, just starting out, if you're consistent with it, with the actions that you're taking. And that hour can be one solid hour where you sit down and work, or it can be broken out into chunks. So for the busy person, just know it's totally possible. It's life-changing. I can promise you. The community itself is incredible. Then you add to that aspect the team, which is like beyond incredible, because it's like the cream of the crop of incredible. Those relationships there, like my best friends are all coaches on my team. And the craziest part is I met almost all of them minus one on social media. Like every single coach on my team I've met online. And I think the cool thing about that, when I know that kind of turns some people off, they're like, wait a second, social media, that's kind of weird. I think the cool part about it is when you're out there sharing what you're doing and you meet other women that are wanting to do what you are doing, they're wanting to take that next step in their health and fitness and that next step in their lives and truly become the very best versions of themselves. You create this movement of women that are all pushing for that. And I think that's something that's so powerful. And one of the most powerful things that I found even within our team is that you're just doing life with people that are high achievers, that want more, that want to help more people, that want to change their own life while changing the lives of others. And they're not afraid to speak out and share their heart so that they can do that. And I always tell my girls, like, don't keep someone else's future captive in your mouth. Like everyone that's here today was invited by somebody, right? Like we either shared it on social media and you're like, hey, let me get the link, or we personally invited you, or maybe you're in our community and we invited you, but like everybody gets that invite. I got that invite. That's why I'm here. And Jess got that invite from her sister. That's why she's here. And Shelby got that invite from me. And that's why she's here. And Jessica got the invite from Jess. And that's why she's here. It's like this ripple effect, and it's a domino effect. And it's something that can be so powerful when you lean into it. So if I could tell you guys anything, it's like feel the fear and do it anyways. If it's on your heart, it's there for a reason. You are meant to be here or you wouldn't be here. Every single person that's joined this, you're here for a reason. So listen to that calling. Don't brush it off, because I think sometimes when we do that, we miss the boat, and I would hate for any one of the people that are on this call tonight to look back a year from now like I did and say, gosh, I wish I would have started this sooner, because I know that it has changed every aspect of my life. Like I went from barely surviving to thriving, and to being, the very best version of myself, and pouring that into other people too, and allowing that to just lift everyone up to like a whole new level. So from my kids to my family to, my team, to all of the women in my community, like we're all better because we've said yes to this. So anyways, Jess, you have anything else you want to share before we hop off?
Well, I love what you said, how you said you went from barely surviving to thriving. And it's like, how could you not want to share that? That's really what it is like sharing our own stories and our own journeys with other people is what it's about, you guys. And that's why I always talk about, like, I just want to shout this from the rooftops, because honestly, if I didn't say yes to the coaching opportunity, and by the way, I didn't really mention this, like I also didn't sign up for the business. I know I said I wasn't wanting to do skincare forever, but I led with my own journey and my own goals, and I simply started to share that. And that's how my business grew over the years. Can you guys hear me okay? Was just sharing my own journey, my own results, my meal plans, my recipes, and people started to ask me what I was doing. But it really is about it being such a positive, life-changing experience for you that you can't help but pay the gift forward. And I think, Shelby, you nailed it. I have you on record. It's going in my stories. I'll tag you. I'll find you. You nailed it when you said that the best feeling is to see this transform your own life and then give that same transformation to the people that you love and care about. Like, it's exactly what that is. And we're not selling, we're simply sharing. We're sharing.
We are so glad that you guys decided to join us. We said we were going to keep it to 30 minutes, so we are going to stop here so that way we don't keep you guys on too long. But I will say before we hop off, reach out to the coach that invited you. If it's on your heart and you want more information, maybe you have some questions, maybe you feel like you need to know just a little bit more about a specific area of the business and how it works, just know that we are more than happy to have those conversations with you. We are a total open book. And that's the beauty behind this, is we all truly are. We're just here to share. And if it's for you, then that's great. And we would love to do this with you. We'd love to do life with you at the next level. So reach out to the coach that invited you. They can get you in touch with the right tools and resources and answer any questions that you have. And we would just know that we would love to get to do this with you. So we're excited that you decided to join us tonight. And we are going to stop the recording here. And we're